Good day, friends. This is a voice-only video because a face, as you know, is just a distraction. First of all, thank you for being here. Your presence is very much appreciated. If the content will be of your liking, please consider giving us a like and subscribing. Smash that like button. Today's topic is criticizing. When and if to criticize. The short answer is only when it can help. Only when it's worth criticizing to help a situation or to help someone. This involves the understanding of the circumstances and of the potential benefits of criticizing someone, since critiques are never easy to accept and usually hurt. Any other time these conditions are not met, refrain from critiques, as if you criticize to make yourself feel better, like to get it off your chest. Then at that point, who really cares about how you feel? That's not the scope of criticizing someone. Let me specify that critiques have the aim of constructing something, of improving. Otherwise, it's just rants. We don't really care about your rants. If you're criticizing to satisfy a need of yours, keep it to yourself. You're violating the first rule of critiques, which is usefulness. There is so much wisdom and truth in the old saying, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Sometimes staying silent is by far the best option. Actually, most of the times, staying silent is the best option. Leave the room, take some slow, deep breaths, and calm yourself before deciding if you really want to say what you're about to say. Because if your critique is not useful, then it's detrimental, as critiques are binary. They are either constructive or they are not. If they're not constructive, then they are detrimental. Not only useless, but plainly detrimental. You are doing something wrong. When you move an objection to someone else's actions, that remark of yours will inevitably hurt. And if we are going to deliberately hurt someone, better make it for a hell of a good cause and for a reason of higher purpose. Otherwise, it's vile and inconsiderate. It will devalue individuals enough that it's better have a great motive behind it. You better have one hell of a good reason. Do not be egotistical and do not criticize to please yourself or to satisfy your inner voice. Because if you call for submission, and we hate to have to submit, you will get very little out of criticism and nothing positive for that matter. Because if you have nothing positive to say, you will only end up hurting someone. Your words of disappointment, because this is what a critique is, must have a higher purpose. They must seek an improvement. Help the person relate your words of disapproval to how it might affect their goals. Show them the goodness of your true intentions. And if your intentions are not good, then zip it. In explaining your critique, be as precise as possible. Be specific, pinpoint, and never generalize, or you will end up personalizing the criticism, and we're not here to criticize the individual, but the action. Only criticize and discuss that one pinpointed issue. Be specific and very time sensitive. Do not offer critiques, or advice for that matter, in an untimely manner. Then, don't beat around the bush. Rather, laser focus on that one incident and do not mention or relate to any other previous instances. Do not approach past grievances. The key here is to be specific. If you cannot follow these basic steps and the ones coming up, hold your horses, as you will not get the expected results and you are probably criticizing for the wrong reasons or in the wrong way. Let's repeat it again because this is crucial. If you're not criticizing to seek improvement, the problem lies with you, and you should refrain from saying a single word. The timing must also be monitored carefully, and so does the location. Never criticize in public. Never. This is a big no-no. Never criticize in public. Because it defies the whole purpose of critiquing for the sake of improvement. You will not bring about anything good by publicly humiliating anyone. Critiques must also be timely. No use in criticizing in the middle of something. No good will come from there either. When the demeanor will settle and you have set up a time window to have the opportunity to hear the other guy out, then that's a good time. Any other time will have to wait. The general rule of thumb is to imagine how you would like to be criticized and then do the same or better to others. In order to be propositive, try to use the word you as little as possible, replacing it with the word I. Use positive language to elicit a solution. That's what we're looking for. Solution. We're not here to blame anybody. Avoid at all costs making it personal. It would ease the tension and shift the focus from the person to the event that we're trying to sort out. It also implies the need to use a great level of kindness and courteousness, as there is no reason or need to be rude. Receiving critiques is hard enough as it is without the need of having a dude shouting your shortcomings in your face and maybe in public at the wrong time. A bad attitude will automatically shift the focus from the what, which is the important aspect, to the how, which is equally important, but that's not our bread and butter today. If the what is not center stage, the how is just a waste of time. We should be focused on the effect that criticism has on others, good and bad, positive or negative. Effects and the need to evaluate the motivation behind each and every criticism. If you go back to the beginning of these words, you'll see that the outcome of criticism is basically rooted in the intent, which was the real meaning of the criticism and the method of delivering critiques. This is to mean that if you have good intentions and aim at the improvement and deliver the criticism in a constructive and respectful manner with the proper timing, chances are your critique will be welcome and your suggestions implemented. The same goes for the opposite. No matter how meaningful your criticism could be, no matter how much it could improve the situation, if you deliver it with the intent of hurting the other person, if you criticize at the wrong time and with an insulting mannerism, your words will produce no effect whatsoever other than creating resentment. Think carefully about what you just heard and rethink the reason behind your criticism and evaluate whether it's just best to keep your mouth shut. Never forget that the more time you spend criticizing someone, the more unhappy you will become. It is part of the negativity bias. The more faults you see, the more you will keep seeing. Apparently unable to do away from this bias, no matter how good behavior will become, you will stay focused on the negatives. And back to square one. If you can't say something positive, keep it shut. Peace. This is Mentor, Motivate, Inspire, and that is all I have for you today. Thank you. If you appreciate this channel, please consider pressing the like button, subscribing, and maybe sharing with a friend.